Hi there, Eddie.
Hello, Jay. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So today, your employer has asked you to attend a course and conduct workplace communication. Just before we start off, just in front of you there is an attendance form. Fantastic. If you could just signature your name down there.
Thank you so much.
Yep, fantastic. And so first we'll just start off with a bit of an introduction. So my name's Jay McDonald. I've worked in the construction industry for over 20 years. A lot of that has been in the residential and commercial sector for residential building. But for the last 9 years, I have been in the civil construction sector. That's a lot with doing a lot of earthworks, roadworks and drainage and pipes and stuff like that. I love my job and I understand the importance of conducting workplace communication. It's highly valued for the success of most businesses. Yeah, fantastic. So could you just introduce yourself a little bit?
So my name is Eddie. So I was used to so I've got 2 years experience in terms of rental maintenance. So that means obviously maintaining rental properties and whatnot. Before that, I did other 15 years of experience within the building industry. I've never was diagnosed with dyslexia, but I do have trouble with reading and writing.
Okay.
So
no, that's fine. We'll customise the training today, and I'll assist with a lot of the reading and writing.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you if you do spell check by any chance.
Yeah, look, I'll help with a lot of the spell check and stuff like that, and I will do a lot of the reading as it's a fairly long presentation.
Okay, great.
The course will go for 30 minutes.
Yep.
Also, there is a. I just want to ask you one more thing.
Of course.
What would be a word you use to describe yourself?
I would definitely say I'm a hard worker. And when people compare, always comment on me, it would definitely be hardworking.
Excellent. Yeah, that's excellent. So high performance worker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, high performance worker.
Yes,
and that's key to a lot of businesses. You want a high performance worker in there. So also there, I'd like to just explain the health and safety.
Okay.
So in an event of emergency, if you hear any sirens, bells or alarms, just exit out the front door to the emergency assembly point, which is at the end of the driveway.
Okay.
And like I said, the course only runs for 30 minutes. It's a fairly short course, but if you need any break, the toilets are in that direction, and there is a lunchroom to make tea and coffee.
Thank you so much. Stop.
Yeah. Also, you have also on completion, learners will receive a statement of attainment for the unit of competency on successful completion.
Okay.
And this unit of competency provides the performance outcomes, skills, and knowledge required to conduct workplace communications.
Okay, great.
If you feel that you're not happy with the outcome of the course, you have a right to appeal.
Okay.
And the appeal process is on our website or in the learner's handbook.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, so this course, what we will be covering today is provide welcome to participate in meetings, and we will be providing constructive contributions to meeting discussions. Okay. So also at the end of the course, this is just a feedback form, just an evaluation form.
Lovely.
And that goes towards our just the continuous improvement.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So it's just about the course, the content, and myself, how I'm delivering the course.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. So you'll be able to fill that out at the end of the course. Beautiful. So first we'll start off with a few slides, which I'll go through. So conduct workplace communication.
Okay.
Communication in the workplace. We use communication to share ideas, knowledge and safety concerns. We exchange information, obtain solutions, organise, cooperate, conduct business and keep everyone safe. When you work in the construction industry, you're a member of a team involving many different job roles on site. For a project to run smoothly, there must be effective communication.
Yep.
You'd see that inside your company as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you'd be communicating with your other supervisors, you'd be communicating with your tenants.
Constantly.
Yeah. Sales reps.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's many ways to, many forms of communication there too. So some of the forms and the methods of communications that a lot of workmen and businesses use is face-to-face. So you would use face-to-face and maybe morning briefs.
Yes, absolutely.
Face-to-face with the tenants.
Yes.
Yeah. Emails and internet. Sometimes jobs will be sent to you through email.
Yes.
And you'd be communicating through to your employers and everybody by internet. Sales again. Mobile phones. I mean, it's so common in the workplace. And maybe safety, safe work method statements through written documents on how you guys complete your works. So receiving information. So this whole course is about communication, and obviously receiving information is one end of that communication. So ideally, instructions will include addressing what do I have to do, where will I be doing it, when will I be doing it, and how will I be doing it. Understanding clearly what are the instructions. To do this, you need to listen carefully and actively, ask as many questions as you need to, and pay extra attention to safety issues. So again, with your workplace, do you guys usually work individually or as a team?
So it's also collaborative and individual work as well. So like with any company usually.
Yeah. So depending on how big the job is.
Absolutely. Sometimes we'll have a multitude of properties, sometimes it's just one. It depending on how grand is the matter.
Yeah. So obviously communication between you and a work colleague while on a job, again, whoever's receiving that information, one of the best things they can do is ask as many questions as they need to.
Yes.
And that just helps clarify the information.
Yeah.
So next we're going to look at active listening and what active listening is. So active listening, look at the speaker, give the speaker your full attention, listen for the detail in the message and stay focused. Giving information. So we've covered receiving it, now giving information. To deliver instructions efficiently, you need to think about what you want to say and the message you want people to remember. Use easy to understand language, put instructions into logical sequence and use scenarios to help keep it relatable. So again there, it's no use giving information in a real unorthodox order. So for example, me asking you to make a sandwich in the way of saying salami, cheese, brown bread, now, kitchen, it's just not in a logical sequence.
Absolutely.
No, and then the person is using too much time to try and de-mumbo jumbo that information in their head when it could have been straightforward where they could just get to the task.
Absolutely.
That's why we're going to talk about sequencing information. So sequencing means putting information into a logical order. When you receive an instruction, you must decide the correct sequence for carrying it out so that you don't waste time or miss important steps. This can also help people remember the information as they process it rationally. So again, just like what we were saying in the example there, you don't want a person to miss a important step.
Of course not.
So that's just a little bit about giving, receiving, and the active listening to take on the information. So now we're going to go to the second stage of the course. Which is meetings. Right, so obviously meetings is a big place where we communicate.
Yes.
You know, like we just said, the meetings between you, your clients, the tenants, the sales reps and suppliers, your management, your leading hands, your supervisors, and your co-workers. Everybody, you know, you might have a short meeting, one-on-one, face-to-face with a person of the public. You know, so why we have meetings? We have meetings so that we can communicate information, make decisions, plan and schedule, and mitigate risks. So again, we could have a meeting with our safety officer.
Yes.
There could be a safety concern, and a meeting might be needed so that a risk or a hazard or issue can be resolved between the people who are at risk and maybe the safety team who have experience or knowledge in the areas of mitigating risks. Types of meetings. So all workplaces they should be having a monthly safety meeting, maybe a monthly toolbox meeting with the staff. So types of meeting, we have a toolbox meeting. Generally that's in the morning between let's just say management, safety teams, and the field workers, union members, having union meetings, obviously conditions, safety. Again, safety meetings, those are usually health and safety committee meetings made up out of health and safety reps, usually the person undertaking business.
Yes.
And safety team. So town hall, that's just a broad term where you're having like a full company meeting where you've got you start off with a toolbox meeting, then you go middle management, senior management, and then you would probably have your corporate at the top, all discussing the same things. So these meetings can be informal or formal.
Yeah, okay.
So here are some simple rules to follow. Whether you're meeting with one person or a group, so be prepared. Read through the agenda and research any additional information you may need. Participate. Ask and answer questions and voice your opinions when it's appropriate to make a contribution. So obviously we've probably been in those meetings where you've just got people talking over each other and no clear message is getting across, and the person conducting the meeting, they're trying to restore order. Yeah, we've all been there. Everyone's got something to say, but got to be respectful. Give the speaker that time to talk, and show that active listening, like in the first part of the course. Pay attention, put them at ease. So also be constructive. So don't be afraid to oppose other people's ideas and opinions, but be positive and practical and respectful. So that is what being constructive is. You know what I mean? We've all probably also sat there in a meeting where nobody's got nothing to contribute. They're just wanting this meeting to be over.
Yes.
They've just turned up, and the less I say, the quicker the meeting will finish.
Absolutely.
But that isn't the best way to resolve issues.
No.
We need people to participate and be constructive when they participate. So again, like if something doesn't sound right for you, question it.
Absolutely.
Because there's no use to sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, this person doesn't know what they're talking about, they've never been out in a field, they don't know the troubles we go through. It's always great to voice that, you know, because we all don't wear each other's shoes.
Absolutely.
here's some ways to use your communication skills effectively in your next meeting. So meetings are an integral part of the working life. They are used to develop ideas, exchange concerns, present information and make decisions. But meetings also tend to have the reputation for going off track, dragging on unnecessarily and boring attendees to distraction. So again, going off track, we've all been there again. Like I've just said, you just want this meeting to end. Just the voice of the person is kind of turning you off. So again, try and remove those distractions. Turn your phone on silent. Again, it comes back to that active listening.
Yes.
Being present in the conversation, being present in the meeting, giving the speaker your attention, relaxing so that the speaker relaxes well. Listen to the tone of the speaker, because the speaker will kind of change their tone when things come a bit more serious as they're delivering. Also, going off track. Yeah, we've been in meetings where people will just go on about something that isn't relevant to the topic that we should be discussing. And when things like that happen, it's not rude to say that should be discussed in a general work time, and we should stick to the topic at hand as to why this meeting's been called. So be on time.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Would have thought so.
So be on time.
Yes.
Because, okay, so you would have been there in your morning briefs in the company, and your team leaders, supervisor, managers trying to speak. And then the whole meeting gets interrupted because 4 guys come running around the corner because they're running 10 minutes late. The whole team spins around, and now the attention has gone away from the speaker to the people who are running late.
Yes.
So, okay, be on time. Nothing says that in a meeting is not important more than turning up late to it. Not sticking to the allocated time schedule in a meeting also shows the lack of respect for the other people's time.
Yes.
I mean, everyone else has turned up on time for this meeting. They're all present during the meeting. They're all showing active listening, and something like that creates a big disruption. And it's kind of like a lot of people lose focus for many minutes afterwards. They lose focus for many minutes afterwards because they're all in the back of their head, instead of listening to the speaker again, they're all going, this guy late again.
Yes.
That person late again. So their attention gets pulled away. Be aware of the message that you are sending, because you are sending a message when you're late. I have a kind of thing when somebody says to me, I didn't have the time, or I totally forgot about it. The message it sends me is that it wasn't important enough for you to make the time, and it wasn't important enough for you to remember. Because we always know, if Mama told us stop at the pharmacy to get a prescription on the way home, you would make the time.
Yes.
And you would not forget. Yeah, that's right, because Mum is important. Yeah, that's right. So, our next one, stay on topic. So, agendas should be driven by action and sent to attendees in advance. In the business that I work at, we have a monthly safety meeting, and the agenda gets sent to us in advance, so that we're able to read over the agenda, and then we can maybe do some research on the topics, and maybe get some some case studies, things that are relevant to the topic, so that when we attend the meeting we can constructively contribute.
Okay, so that's where you have your questions, your answers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So getting the agenda early helps with the communication and conducting of the meeting.
Absolutely.
Because then now people have had a chance. They're not just turning up and just going, whoa, what's this thrown at me? You know, I'm so out of the loop of it. If an item comes up for discussion that is not on the agenda, make a note to discuss it during general business or schedule it for another time.
Okay.
And that's fair because sometimes a topic may come up that's important. It's just not.
Yes, for this time.
It's just not for this time. So who knows? It might be something that gets the time for a meeting straight after. It could be the following day, obviously. So our next section is when you're talking in meetings and stuff like that, the importance of your word choice. So your choice of words and language in a meeting can sometimes persuade opinions to go in your favour or do the reverse. Be mindful when choosing your words and avoid language that makes assumptions or discriminates.
Okay.
So again, we've been there. We've been there. A person they have something to contribute. They have a valid topic, but they just haven't articulated themselves across the table to the whole team in a way where people want to give the speaker the attention. Maybe they've been abrupt. Maybe they've used a whole lot of profanity with the topic, and it's about trying to adapt to the people that are at the table.
Of course.
So while sitting at these meetings and having your little meetings, listening, when you are not speaking, make sure that you are practicing good listening skills. Communication is a two-way process. Actively listening to your colleagues can help you to better understand and communicate with them. At our meetings, we want to avoid distractions. So follow the agenda and stay within the time frame of each action point. Will help you to stay focused. Have water at hand to remain hydrated, and put your phone away to avoid external distractions. We do that. We do that quite often. We'll just turn our phone airplane mode, turn it face down. We only get 45 minutes to an hour to conduct this meeting.
Okay.
We have nearly 10, 15 people at the table. Everybody wants their 2-3 minutes.
Yes.
So we've got to try and get around the table. Good meetings require good participants and good leaders. All attendees should be prepared and ready to communicate effectively in order to make the meeting as productive and constructive as possible. So that's really well. So with that, thank you. Do you have any questions?
Okay.
Do you have any questions there?
So obviously we have the spell check and then so the screen reader.
Yeah, so I help with a lot of the reading for you.
Okay.
I kind of did a learning needs analysis with
Okay.
your information I was provided.
Yes.
That's why I was willing to assist with the PowerPoint presentation there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
No, that's all right. Any feedback in regards to the PowerPoint or the information there?
No, I've learned so much as well. Thank you so much.
That's great. So the final part of this
Okay.
is we just have a small case study.
Okay, grand.
Right. And we have an example of a safety report form, a HSR form.
Okay.
So I am going to read to you some things.
Okay.
And what I've done is I've kind of pre-filled some of the forms out.
Okay.
So I will read to you and I'll just have you write, there's only a small amount of writing.
Okay.
So the hazard or incident, the title of that is New Door Latch. The date is the 16th of the 9th, 2024. The time is 9:20 a.m. The location, workshop. Your witness is Gaza.
Gaza, okay.
Yep. and the details. So I'm going to read the details. This is an email between the workshop at cowboyconstructions.com to accounts at cowboyconstruction.com. Subject: new door latch and new door. Too many times, Susie. I've been requesting this for 2 weeks now. Every day I send emails after emails after emails. It's not working. Just buy the replacement latch so we can fix the door ourselves. I'm going crazy. Every time we use the workshop door, it slams shut by the wind and tries to finish here, Susie. We are all sick of it. I should have reported it to the safety team ages ago, because when you leave it to management, nothing gets done. Every member in the workshop has been hit by that door. Ever since you've moved the containers blocking the wind, the door has become a nightmare. It hit Gaza on Friday and sent him flying. Gaza ended up damaging the door some more, and next time he says he's going to wreck it to pieces. Please approve the latch for the repairs. So that, exactly what you've done there is the detail.
Okay.
So the next line down there is it's asking you to circle who's it reportable to.
Okay.
So, yep. Yeah, it could be multiple. Yeah. If it's hurting people, yeah, let the general manager know. That's fantastic. And what will we do if we were to fix the door? Would that eliminate the problem?
Well, yes, because we'll learn for future mistakes as well.
And it won't start slamming shut and hurting people.
Yes.
So provide an example of recommended control, which would be to fix the latch on the door.
Simple.
And the last section of that safety report form is your recommended monitoring and reviewing. So would you, after fixing the door, would you review it 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, or a year to see that the latch is working?
Within the month, personally.
Excellent. And that's well done.
I think
so. That's all we needed. So I just want to say thank you very much for attending the course today. I also have a handout to give you to take back to your workplace. And you could possibly use this handout. It's just simple steps to participate in meetings. There's 5 points there. And you may be able to take it back, share it with your colleagues, and use it to help you when you participate in meetings. So I'd like to give you that there.
Thank you so much, Tom.
No, that's fine. And just remember that there is that feedback form. If you could get that completed,
absolutely,
that will be fantastic. And also, reach out. Also, on one of the first forms is my contact number, my email. So reach out if there's anything that you have any concerns from. Upon completion, your statement of attainment will be emailed out to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jay. Lovely meeting you, by the way. Thank you.
And we'll just end this course with just a short video.
Let's talk about workplace communication. There are lots of ways to communicate. It's how we share ideas and convey messages so that we can get things done. But not all communication is the same. And to succeed in the workplace, you need to understand and be able to use specific types of workplace communication. Communication in the workplace is usually quite formal. You'll need to be clear and respectful when you're dealing with your colleagues and customers. And it's important to use the right kind of communication for the place where you are working. There are lots of different kinds of workplaces. Some require you to be very formal and use professional language, but other workplaces are more relaxed. You need to tailor your communication to suit where you are. There are a few key types of workplace communication. At work, you'll communicate verbally in person and on the phone or via Zoom, so be clear and try not to waffle. Listen as much as you talk, and pay attention to the person you're speaking to, so that you can check if you've gotten the message across. You'll also need to write emails, letters, reports, quotes, and contracts. So work on your spelling and grammar, because errors at work can make you look unprofessional. If you'd like to work on your communication skills, there are a couple of things you can do. Tip number 1 is to pay attention to the feedback you get about your communication from your teachers. You'll get feedback in all your subjects, not just English. So look for frequent problems, such as advice to proofread your work or suggestions to slow down your speaking and presentations. Tip number 2 is to learn how to listen. This means you need to read body language and be aware of your own, and leave space for others to have their say. Ask questions if you don't understand, and always be polite. Tip number 3 is to practice when you can. Make sure your emails are professional. Create a signature block and check your spelling before you press send. Write thank you letters and jump at opportunities to present, both in person and online. It'll help you get more comfortable when you need to do those things at work. Communication is a skill we can all work on, and you don't need to enroll in a course or pay a tutor to improve. Think about the kind of communicator you want to be, and practice when you can, so you'll be ready for the workplace.
Thank you.